Alrighty. Hello and welcome. Is this any better? Alright, so we're here for a special edition of Futures Fox on December 19th with the London session. I will wait to explain it in full detail, but this is probably going to be one of the more uneventful streams, and for good reason. So if we get some viewers, then I will certainly explain why this stream will end up being so uneventful. We do have 15 minutes until the London session. If you are here, feel free to say hi. Looks like we do have a couple viewers, which is more than I would already anticipate. The good news is trading has gone very well today so far. As you can see in this account, I have already made my $4,500. Balance is at $159,000. We have passed this combine, so things are looking good. We got 10 minutes until the London Open. Interested in seeing in where price goes on the NASDAQ. If it continues to go higher, or if this is kind of a range. Trendon, how long does it usually take to pass a combine? For me, because I trade so aggressively, for me, 2 to 3 days. But again, I trade very, very, very aggressively. I'm trading a lot of contracts. You can take a look at my performance here, and I can show you. I did it in 2 days. And back to why I was saying this stream might be a bit uneventful. You know, it's not just a one-time deal. Here we are again, a different combine. Made a little bit more than I wanted to. Combine hopefully is passed. I don't know. I might have to make an extra like $100 or $200. But again, did it in 2 days. And these are not copy trades. These are not copy trades at all. But I trade really aggressively. I trade with a lot of contracts in the combines. And yeah, so for me, 2 to 3 days to pass a combine. And you know, why I said, you know, this stream might be a bit uneventful. You know, maybe I'll have to come back tomorrow and stream the London session as well to make up for it. But you can see I'm locked out of all of my accounts. I can't trade anything. There's nothing to trade. It's just because the Asian sessions went very well. This account I locked out because I took a payout today, so I'm just waiting for that to process before I trade again. I took out half in the payout. This account, we are 1 day away from taking a payout. So if I get one more $200 day here, I will be taking a payout. And this is a newer XFA, so very happy about hopefully taking a payout tomorrow with a brand new XFA. And then this XFA I've had around for a while. This XFA, you know, I started trading it very little last night during the London session. I say last night because I'm in Asia. During the London session, or I'm sorry, during the New York session, started trading it after the stream of the London session, or after the stream of the New York session yesterday. If anybody watches my streams, you will know that I was calling to short the market the whole dang day. You know, I wish that I held on to this a little bit longer, because I honestly, you know, this could have been a $20,000 trade for me if I just held on a little bit longer. But I shorted the NASDAQ yesterday, going into Jerome Powell speaking. I was shorting here, and I shorted again here, and I ended up with about $3,000 yesterday, and that's after a payout too. But yesterday ended up, you know, could have been a lot more. That's okay. If I held on to that longer, you know, that 3,000 could have been much closer to like 10 or 15,000 just on one contract. Hello, avocados. Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you are. So yeah, ended up shorting the market like I was calling all day yesterday. And if you take a look at, you know, what happened, what I was calling, you know, that was that was a very, very, very large move to the downside. So, you know, hopefully somebody followed along, took some shorts. I also called this buy opportunity right here too. So, you know, yesterday, you know, it's not just me saying it. You can look at the streams. You can watch the December 18th stream to see that, yeah, I absolutely 100% made both of these call outs, buying here and selling here. So yesterday ended up being a good day in the trade. Made $3,000 in this XFA. So now I'm just focusing on $200 days and taking some payouts. So I made those $200 today and locked myself out. And yeah, so then it was on to focus on these combines. Now these combines, again, I made $4,500 in both of these combines yesterday because I was shorting the market. And then today during the Asia sessions, I bought a lot of contracts right around here. And not too long ago, I made the $4,500 in both of these combines. So hopefully both of these combines are passed. I don't know about the consistency rule in this one. I might have to make an extra, $200 or so. But yeah, I passed both of these combines during the Asia session. So the unfortunate reality is I don't have anything to trade. Is the Ichimoku the only indicator I use? Yes, it is. I only use the Ichimoku. I also use trend lines and lines that I create for support and resistance. Other than that, it is the Ichimoku 1 hour chart all day long and higher time frames. But I typically stick to the 1 hour chart. And good call on the cloud. I don't use the conversion line, the baseline, or the lagging span either. And we are 3 minutes from the London Open. Considering we're already breaking resistance, I would think about, given, it'd be much better to buy at 21,440. But that happened, 2 hours ago, 2.5 hours ago. Here, and I've had this line set up for God knows how long. So I've been looking at this level for quite a while. I bought some during the Asia sessions. And, I would at least, if you want to have a really nice profit target, I would put a profit target at 21,704. Any particular reason why I don't use the other lines? Yeah, because honestly, I just kind of found that the other lines don't really impact my decision making. My strategy kind of follows a pattern that I seem to have recognized in the market. And as far as that pattern goes, the other lines just aren't really a factor. So it kind of just declutters everything. And I don't really use the Ichimoku cloud in the more traditional way of how the strategy is set up. I use it in, I don't even know if I could say my own way. I'm sure there's many other people that have, kind of used the Ichimoku cloud the way I do, but it definitely is not in its most traditional method. Got less than 1 minute till the London Open. We've already broken resistance of the Asian range. So, I would consider longs. I really would want to wait until 21,442. We'll see what happens with the London Open. And if this 21,442 is very cleanly broken through, I would go short until 21,338 at least, if not more. All right, we are at the London Open. We do have some sellers. And again, the unfortunate reality is all my trades have gone so well today during the Asia session that I've locked myself out of all of my accounts. I have nothing to trade. So we're just going to kind of chill here, hang out a bit, talk about some markets. Looks like we're finding... I know, it's so sad. I mean, I could kind of bail on this stream and come back tomorrow for the London session. You know, at the very least, I'll have a new XFA to trade. But yeah, I'm sorry. I traded so good. I made too many good trades before the London session that my trading is done for the day. As a Christmas present, can we please get an Ichimoku video? Yes, 100% yes. That will be my Christmas present. Specifically for you, Avocado, and for the rest of the community. Yeah, the sellers looking like they want to show up, but not really doing much. Not really moving much at all. I mean, the crazy thing about the Asia sessions today is there was so much volatility and volume, like not like usual. Like there seemed to be a lot more movement today during the Asia sessions, which was pretty darn good for me. Yeah, one of these combines where I made the 45, 46, I was in for 9 contracts long on NQ, and the other combine I was in for 6 contracts long. This is a... Are you wearing another cotton on t-shirt? I don't know if this is cotton on. It might be cotton on. It might be like H&M. I'd have to like take it off to see the tag. But it is a, if anybody knows Rick and Morty, it's a Rick and Morty print. I do like this one. Any of you guys have any open positions, any biases? Let's take a look at our Edge Finder Pro top setups. Let me refresh this, see if we have any new readings, new top setups. Edge Finder Pro is given or is available through A1 Trading and Trader Nick. So check out Trader Nick's channel. He makes some really great videos covering fundamental analysis. And you know, I really like this indicator. It's not an end-all be-all. Just because it says bullish doesn't mean buy now. But it's a really good way to kind of access and visualize fundamental analysis data. So we have bullish readings on the NASDAQ still. We have a bullish reading on the Nikkei. Some currency pairs, but I don't trade Forex. Bearish, we have, you guys can't see, US 10-year Treasury notes. And then some more currency pairs. So yeah, at least we're still getting a bullish reading of the NASDAQ. I really, you know, we are kind of at this level of resistance, which was, or support, which could have changed to resistance. You know, maybe go long here and keep a cheap, you know, a pretty tight stop loss. And if you get hit on that stop loss, you know, wait till price comes back down here. But longs at 21.5 or 5, yeah, 550-ish, 549, might be good. Might be good. Profit target. First profit target would be the very bottom of the cloud, would be 21.640. And then second profit would be 21.700-ish. Hello, Sognet. welcome. We missed you yesterday, I think. We were talking about you. But good to be hanging out at a more reasonable hour. It's daytime where I am. I don't know if we can see the sun. We don't always have to meet in darkness. Yeah, I mean, Trendon, that's the case for all of us, honestly. I remember being a new trader, using my own funds, and I spent about a year, studying and learning and practicing before I even. Yeah, yesterday was a wild stream with how the trades went, and ended up being a pretty good day in the green. And with NQ going wild. But, Trendon, I remember being a new trader. And I spent a lot of time learning. And then I started my own account with like $5,000. And it was a personal account. And like my first day, I ended up making like close to $2,000. I ended up, I had a really good trade, and I thought like, okay, this is it. I am the trading god. I cannot be beat. Boy, was I wrong. I could be beat, and I was beat over and over and over and over again, and I pretty quickly blew that account. After that, it was really, really, really disheartening and difficult for me to, get back to the plate and keep trading. So I took a break. I took a very long break. I took like a 10-year break. Access to prop firms then isn't what it is now. So these prop firms are kind of what got me back into trading. And that way I don't really have to risk my own capital. But still, the markets had beaten me up, and I was finding it really, really, really difficult to come back. But I wish I had stayed. I wish I kept practicing. I wish I kept learning. And I also wish that I had, excuse me, I wish that I had stopped messing around with other indicators. I wish I had tried to keep things more simple. But I didn't. I was young. I was very young, and I didn't kind of realize what kind of commitment it would take. What kind of commitment it would take to become a successful trader. So what I would say to you is keep practicing, keep showing up. Those of us that are successful and see profits are the ones that, manage to stick through it, through all the tough times and the bigger losses. So keep at it, keep learning, keep practicing, and, maybe pick up a prop firm account, and that way you're not risking your own capital. Yeah, like even with me being profitable lately, I do not feel like I'm in a position to be trading my own capital. That's awesome, Trendon. Yeah, those of us that stick with it, we are the real traders. There's plenty of people that show up for a week, a month, a few months, they get their asses kicked and they say, oh, it's all a scam. Nobody can make any money trading. But those of us that stick around, give it the patience, give it the respect it deserves, we are the ones that end up making the money. Yep, and markets do change. They change quite a bit. God, when I first started trading, nobody was trading NASDAQ. NASDAQ wasn't moving barely at all. You know, it was just one of those boring markets. And, you know, the market that everybody was into that moved like crazy was crude oil. And that's changed quite a bit. So markets change, you know, do try and adapt when you need to. But yeah, be patient and stick with it. That's the biggest thing. Looks like we're seeing a move to the downside. Maybe. Again, I really wouldn't want to be buying anything until 21,445-ish. And that is where I bought, and ending up scaling in for 9 contracts in one combine, 6 contracts in the other. What year did I start trading? About 15, 16 years ago. Let's take a look at gold. Gold, we are at least in an uptrend. Gold has been kicking my ass lately, so I haven't been too interested in gold. You know, it's hard. It is really hard for me to start thinking about shorting gold because gold has just been on such an uptrend for so long. I would say if you are interested in going long on gold, I would look for opportunities to go long on gold at 26.23. 26.23 would be a good opportunity to go long on gold. I put your stop loss at 26, somewhere below this level of support. You know, 26.14-ish is where I would put the stop loss. And I would put a profit target at either 26.36 or hold on to it and see if you could hit somewhere between there and 26.54. But yeah, this would be your area to buy right here. Take profit 1, and somewhere in this range, take profit 2. Let's see what crude oil is doing. If you've been in the streams for the New York sessions, you know that I have been all for trading or shorting crude oil. And I mean, what a setup right here for shorting crude oil. You know, I feel like, honestly, I feel like now also wouldn't be a bad time to get in some shorts of crude with 28.84 being the profit target, just because we've broken support here. And this is a pretty significant area of support. If I had a combine that I was trading, I would probably take a sell order. I'd probably short crude right here, and with the profit target of 68.84. I mean, I am able to buy another combine, but it doesn't make sense because, excuse me, it doesn't make sense because you can only have 5 XFAs. 1, 2, 3. Here's 4. Here's 5. And both of these are passed today. So, yeah, I've got my 5 XFAs. I'll buy another combine once I blow one of those XFAs, which I hope does not happen for quite some time. Let's go back to gold, see if that's moving anywhere. Yeah, I feel like there is so much movement in the Asia session that London's acting pretty slow right now. Pretty darn slow. I'm a little interested in seeing what kind of... Whew! Oh my god, look at that setup. Look at that setup. I mean, that is just a perfect sell setup. Given not a lot of people want to be trading during the news right before Uncle Jerome speaks. But again, if you were in the combine yesterday, I had been calling those shorts the whole day. The whole darn day. That's exactly what I was expecting, and that's exactly what happened. And not because of, you know, having any like super keen insight into what was going to happen and what the data will be. It's just that if you have been following the markets long enough, you know, this is not something new. Understanding what's been going on with rate cuts. You know, we've been talking about it for, honestly, over a year. You know, these rate cuts have been discussed for a long time. And the past several times that Jerome Powell has spoken about rate cuts, the market tanked. Now, it didn't have this big of a move, but that has just been what happened over the past, 6 months. As Jerome Powell talks about rate cuts, the market takes a dive. And if you were following the news, like at all, you would have seen that everybody expected a rate cut. And that's what we got. Yeah, just, what was it, a 0.25% rate cut? And then economic data came out. Economic data was mostly positive with the exception of future inflation projections. So that's another reason as why the market took a dip. Now, one of the things to consider about this and I'm already starting to see it in I'm already starting to see it in, like, you know, small Reddit, YouTube, you know, internet communities where people see this move and, you know, let's go back to NASDAQ. People see this move and they're singing, "Oh, the stock market crash is here. The stock market crash is here." And that is not the case. We are nowhere near levels of this being a bear market. We are still very, very, very much in a bull market. I know it's kind of hard to see. I have all these yellow lines. I wish there was a way I could hide all my drawings. Is there a way that I can... I don't want to remove the drawings. I just want to hide the drawings. Can I hide the drawings for a second? Maybe what I'll do... How do I do this? I would be so sad if I lost all these drawings. Hopefully you can still see what's going on. You know, we're looking at the daily chart right here, and we're well above the cloud, very much above the cloud. And you can see I have this trend line here. We have been in this bull trend since forever. This bull trend has gone on from October of last year, January of last year. We've been in this bull trend. So yeah, we had a big down day yesterday, but don't be fooled into people saying, "Oh, we're in the crash, we're crashing." Maybe, who knows, maybe. Bottom left next to the eye. Bottom left next to the eye. I mean, I see the eye. Do I just click the eye? Hide all drawings. Oh, okay, perfect. Thank you. This is why I love the chat. The little eye. Click the eye. You guys are great. Yeah, okay. So here we're looking at a daily chart of the NASDAQ, and it is just so obvious to see that we are in this bull trend. You know, the market has been just shooting to the top side since essentially the beginning of 2023, 2 years ago. Now, all I'm saying is it is too soon to start saying we are in the market crash. It's too soon because we are still very much in this active bull trend. You know, if price ends up breaking this 17,900 level, 17,800 level, I mean, we got a ways to go for that to happen. That's when I would start thinking, like, okay, maybe we are in a bear market. But as of now, there is no reason to be thinking that this is the crash and all is lost and start shorting the market. No, don't be fooled. All right, let's go back to the 1 hour where things get cleaned up a little bit. Yeah, honestly, after watching the London Open, I wouldn't be in any sort of open position yet. I would be waiting for 445-ish for long opportunities. I would keep a pretty tight stop yeah, I'd keep a pretty tight stop. And if that stop is broken, I would think about reversing. But you know, after such a huge down day, we might get a pretty big correction during the New York session. But this is a slow one. This is a slow London market today. Not a lot of movement, not a lot of volume, it looks like. Just kind of a nothing burger. But the good news is you couldn't see where the eye is. The eye is the bottom left. You have this. You can't see it because of my my camera, my webcam. But in this row of stuff, if you scroll down, it's like the third from the bottom, above remove drawing trash cans and below lock all drawing tool lock thing. Do I still often blow XFAs? Yes. Absolutely. 100% yes. I obviously don't want to, but it certainly happens. It's just that the payouts that I take far outweigh the amount I'm spending on XFAs and combines. This account right here, just trying to, I have a really horrible, I mean, it's not horrible in the sense that, it is very, very, very consistent. My strategy to get $200. My strategy to make these $200, and you can see how consistent I am. 200, 200, 200, 200, 200, 200, and it just goes back. 200, 200, 200. My strategy to make this 200 is super, super consistent, but I put in a lot of risk to make that 200. And with this account today, I was real close to blowing this count, losing $5,000 just to make this 200. My trading was super impatient. You know, I scaled in at the wrong time. You know, and honestly, I was lucky today to come away with this 200. Excuse me. But I still came away with it. You know, a W is a W, a win's a win. But yeah, I almost lost this entire account today, trying to make this 200. No consistency rule on XFAs. Yeah, Arox, I think that is normal, honestly. I started doing Topstep midway through the year this year. I have calculated my total payouts, and I'm still making a few more payouts before the end of the year, probably, most likely. And my total in payouts is somewhere between $45,000 and $50,000 for the year, given I have not, you know, it took a while for me to have very regular payouts. It took a few months for me to get to that point. But half of the year, $50,000 in payouts, great, excellent. I have no idea how much I've spent on combines and XFAs. I would assume that it's probably somewhere around $10,000. Maybe less, maybe a little more, but I think that is a fair estimate. So yeah, don't be bummed if you blow an XFA. You know, the XFAs though are the ones to protect, just because it's greater loss. You know, if you blow a combine, you're only losing $150. If you blow an XFA and you never take a payout, that's $300. So, you know, for both of these combines that'll be turned into XFAs, I would be very, very sad if I blow both of them and lose $600. You know, given the payouts from all of these other XFAs that pay for it, but you know, you just got to be a little bit more cautious, a little bit more protective of your assets once you get into those XFAs that have not seen payouts yet. And no consistency rule on XFA. You know, you just make money and that's it. Yeah, I mean, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, so the way it kind of started for me is I started a 50K account. I passed the 50K combine, brought it to an XFA, made 3,000 in that account, and was like, I need to take out half of this. So I took out 1,500 and completely blew the account like the next day after the payout. Hello, Vulcan. Welcome back, Salagot. New name, new face. Welcome to the club. So, I had that 50K XFA, took the payout of $1,500, blew the account. But then, I had this $1,500 in my bank account, and I started using that to buy new combines and activating new XFAs. You know, the biggest change for me in Topstep was, excuse me, oh, sneeze. You know, the biggest change that I kind of identified with Topstep was I immediately switched from 50K accounts to 150K accounts. It allowed me to trade more contracts. It allowed me a greater size and drawdown. Since I've switched to 150K accounts, I have not looked back. I will only purchase 150K combines. Welcome, Vulcan. Yeah, I mean, you know, you talk about don't have any expenses. I certainly have expenses, but for me to be able to do this as often as I do, and also have a full-time job, you know, there has been a new level of financial security in my life that I have never had before. So, you know, this whole journey with Topstep has been so wonderful. And honestly, I'm making more money with Topstep than I am in my normal job. So, you know, it's kind of like a side hustle, but not really when I'm making, you know, 3 times more, 4 times more through Topstep than what I do in my 9 to 5. Yeah, I mean, things might definitely start to slow down a bit. Yeah, I think, let me finish that last thought. Things might start to slow down a bit with the holidays coming next week. And then they'll probably pick up again in the new year. And yes, I do have like a normal 9 to 5 job. For those of you that don't know, I live in Asia. I live in Southeast Asia. I'm from the U.S., but I live in Asia, and it's honestly like the perfect, the perfect kind of place to live for me to do this, because one, things are rather cheap out here compared to the U.S., compared to other Western countries and big markets. I can make very little, and it can go a very long way. Two is that I have the flexibility of, doing my 9 to 5, and then once I leave, once the day ends, it's pre-market for the New York session. So I can work all day and then come home and then trade all night, and then it's just like the perfect schedule to do both. Now, one thing I am a little bit worried about, we'll see how it goes next year. Oh, hell yeah, A-Rocks. I hope you love Thailand. I certainly love Thailand too. Where do you know what city you're moving to? Yeah, cost of living is a huge deal. If I was making this back in the US, sure, it would be enough to, barely survive, but that's it. It would be barely surviving. Where in Thailand? Hey, Rocks. Yeah, those longs seem to be holding out in the NASDAQ right now. Longs seem to be good. Hello, Canary. Yeah, that's awesome. I hope it's, a place that you enjoy a lot. I certainly love Bangkok. I'm actually looking to probably set up a more permanent residence there very soon. I'm in a different city. But I was going to say this. I don't even know if this is good news. Like, it's good news for most people. I today ended up accepting a promotion with my 9 to 5 that I will be starting next year, where I will be kind of like a team lead position. It's cool. It's more money. But it's also like, I just hope it's not like so much work that it affects the trading. Yeah, so we will see what next year is like. Next year might be insane with the amount of hours I'm putting in and the amount of trading I'm doing. But we will see. But yeah, that's kind of a cool thing today. FuturesFox got a promotion, and he will be a team leader. Yeah, NASDAQ's going up for now. Anything can change. I did say that I was more long biased. Yeah, I can't scalp. Yeah, I agree, Sognat. Hopefully not too many more responsibilities. There's certainly going to be more responsibility. It's just going to be a matter of if I can handle it all. you know, I am, you know, going to be accepting a lot of responsibility, but my goal for next year is just going to be money, 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 money. I want to make the money, I want to save the money, and hopefully be in a position where I can just trade full time after next year. So, part of the plan. Oh, if I had to choose between trading and my 9 to 5, I would choose trading. Oh my God, my cats are crazy. I would choose trading 101 out of 100 times. I love trading. Trading is my passion. My 9 to 5, you know, I love it to a certain extent. You know, I love the people I work with, but it's not my passion. Trading is absolutely my passion. And I mean, the other thing is I'm making 4 to 5 times more money each month trading on Topstep than I am with my 9 to 5. So it's a no-brainer. Avocado, yeah, that would be the plan. Thailand is actually really, it's kind of really easy to live and get visas if you're in Thailand. I'm not 100% sure about this. I was talking to a friend the other day. I was told that you can go to Thailand, you can show that you have 15,000 in a bank account. You don't have to pay, you only have to pay $400, and as long as you can show you have 15,000 in an account, pay $400, you can get a 5-year visa to live in Thailand. So, you know, there's a lot of opportunities to kind of be a digital nomad in Thailand. Yeah, I mean, that's the other unfortunate reality is a lot of it depends on your nationality. You know, I really hate the whole passport system, and you know, where you come from kind of affects where you can go, where you can travel. But it is what it is. Having a U.S. passport, being a U.S. citizen, it makes it a lot easier for me to get into some of these countries. It's not fair, but it is the world we live in. NASDAQ still doing a whole lot of nothing. Yeah. I wouldn't want to leave every 3 months. I've been in situations where I did have to leave every 3 months. You know, I'd be much happier with a longer term visa. But every 3 months, it's also like, you know, things are kind of, it's kind of nice, you know, going to travel every 3 months. This month, I'll go to Cambodia. Next 3 months, I'll go to Vietnam. Next 3 months, I'll go to the Philippines. And like traveling in Southeast Asia is so cheap. So cheap. That's cool. Living in Mauritius, I'm sure that's pretty cool. Avocados, where are you from? Avocados, you're American, aren't you? Are you, or no, are you Australian? Are you the Aussie? I know we have one Aussie. Thailand is, you know, if you just want to come to Thailand for just a little bit, they accept Canada. You could probably just go to Thailand and not even need a visa. Like, if you're just a tourist, a lot of countries, for Thailand, you don't even need a visa. You just show up, as long as you don't stay for more than, I think it's 3 months. But yeah, if you want a longer term visa, you got to show some income, some sort of bank account. But it's highly recommended. I've got a trip set up in the next few weeks. What just happened? Why did that just happen? I got a trip set up in the next few weeks where I'm going to be staying at like different hotels and Airbnbs in Bangkok, and then I'm going to go to Phuket. And I've got a nice like studio villa that I'll be staying in for a week in Phuket with a private pool. And like all of these places are like $100 a night or less. Like, the value of the dollar just goes so far in these parts. Ooh. We hitting new high of the day. Yeah, again, as a reminder, trading has gone well today. I'm locked out of all my accounts. I was locked out during the Asia sessions. All my profit targets hit. You know, nothing to trade today, which is kind of nice, knowing that I don't have to go into the New York session and like lose anything. So trading has gone very well today. Hit all my profit targets, locked out all my accounts. If I were in a long position, I would be looking for profit target at somewhere around here, 21,700-ish. I mean, that's a solid 125 point move from where we are now. But this is your patient, your optimized point of entry down here. 21,442. Only time will tell. And the New York session might just like make things crazy again. But hopefully we get some sort of correction. Hey everybody, I gotta use the bathroom. I will be right back. Just gonna use the bathroom real quick. I will explain the strategy thing as soon as I get back. Alrighty. And I am back. Alright, so as I was leaving for the moment, Arox had asked, how did I learn my strategy? And honestly, no one has really taught this strategy to me. It's a very simple strategy. You know, the strategy really revolves around buying support and selling resistance. However, with the Ichimoku Cloud, honestly, it was just from, nobody taught me this, nobody said to do this, it was just from looking at charts and noticing a pattern where price tests the cloud, and then there's a reversal. You know, you can see it all over this chart right here. Right here, we see price test the cloud and reverses back to the upside. We see a retracement, price tests the cloud, reverses back to the upside. We see it here, price tests the bottom end of the cloud, reverses back to the upside. Here we have a level of resistance, and it honestly happened twice yesterday, and I called both of them out. If you were on the stream, you know, you heard me say it. Price test the cloud, the bottom end of the cloud right here. I called out a long. I didn't get in, which was really dumb, but I absolutely called it, and then it just took off without me. And then here we see price testing the top end of the cloud, and I called those shorts. I made those shorts and made some money. Should have made a lot more money. Should have held on. I mean, God, what a move that was. Jeez. Wish I had held on. Wish I had made another like $30,000, but all's well that ends well. And that is essentially my strategy. Support, resistance, and, you know, a lot of the time just looking for those entries when price tests the cloud. Here's another one right here. Here's another one right here. And that, you know, it keeps on going on. You know, I wouldn't say that this cloud works in every market. It seems to do a little bit better with indices and commodities. And also higher time frames are always going to be better. And I definitely feel like I kind of found a sweet spot with the 1 hour chart. Yeah, sure, go ahead, Vulcan. Let me see if I can find, where is the, yeah, go ahead and reach out on Discord. And if any of you don't have the link to the Discord server, I will post it in the chat right now. Just posted the link to the Discord server in the chat. Also, because this is kind of a special, non-typical, non-regular streaming session, it's not going to be as long as most of the other streaming sessions. I was planning on making this stream for about 2 hours, so that would mean I've got 45 minutes left. So I'll be here for another 45 minutes. Yes, I am. I am a Leo.
hence the lion milk from dopamine. Maybe a speed run. Yeah, I mean, a speed run would be cool, but I don't have anything to trade. You know, both of these combines are past. That's 5 XFAs. Doesn't even make sense. Yeah, of course. You are most welcome. I'm gonna come out with a full video. We were just talking about it. I'm gonna try and make a full video on the Ichimoku and kind of my strategy using the Ichimoku. So be on the lookout for that, hopefully by Christmas. But it is honestly, it's a simple strategy. It really is not that complicated. And it's one of the reasons why I like the strategy so much, is like I can just keep things simple. And you know, I'm not looking at volume, I'm not looking at time of day, I'm not looking at any other indicators. It's just like when price hits the areas that I'm looking for, you know, I execute my trades. What is the best platform to use for free paper trading? It's hard to say. Also, nice to see you, Alan Watts. New name, new face. Always like to see people joining the Futures Fox family. God, my cats are just going crazy right now. Best platform for free paper trading? Maybe TradingView, because I think that would be completely free. You might get a delay, so as long as you aren't like watching what the market is doing and then making the trades, you know, that doesn't serve any purpose, that doesn't help anyone. So I think, don't quote me on that. they are too much sometimes. But I think you can paper trade for free on TradingView. I could be wrong, but I haven't done it in a while. But yeah, you can start a paper trade account on Topstep X. However, you have to have a combine that is active. So technically, you would have to pay a monthly subscription to paper trade on Topstep X. But I prefer to use Topstep X because, you know, none of this is paper trading, and it's free. You know, I don't have to pay for a TradingView subscription. I like it more than Trade-Evate. I don't have to pay for NinjaTrader. And Topstep X also has a lot of really cool features that other platforms just don't give, like, you know, daily profit lockout, you know, locking out at all, daily profit lockouts, max daily loss lockouts. Yeah, excellent. Not a problem at all. And another thing, you know, for those of you that are new here, You know, I am not the trader that says, oh, I'm the best, I'm making the most money, I never make mistakes, you know, follow my lead and you will get to, you know, the land of milk and honey. That is not me. You know, I will be the first person to say that, like, I have a lot to learn, I have a lot to improve. I feel like a lot of the time, you know, I've got imposter syndrome. But, you know, what I'm saying is take everything I say with a grain of salt. Because, you know, I'm sure there are a lot of people, a lot of other people who know a lot more about this stuff than I do. You know, I'm just in a situation where I've been profitable lately, and, you know, I've said this a few times in my streams that I don't have anybody in my personal life that trades, that knows anything about trading futures, day trading futures. You know, I've got like the few coworkers that trade crypto, but I don't trade crypto. You know, so me streaming it's an opportunity for me to be more active and involved with the community, and so, you know, create this community of like-mindedness. So, you know, I'm that, I don't know. I like I said, I don't know what I'm saying. But you all are awesome, and I appreciate you guys being here. Yeah, always happy to see some new people in the stream. It kind of makes me want to trade the London session a bit more. You know, because of my work schedule at this time, I'm not really able to trade the London session really ever. That will change in the months of January and February. So if you are interested and available to be around for... thank you, Sognat. I appreciate that. If you are interested in, you know, sticking around, being around for a London stream, you know, take advantage of that in January and February, because those are really going to be the only opportunities I have, with a few odd weeks of the year. But this January and February, I'll have a lot more opportunity to trade and stream the London session. So I'm glad we could do it today. Today's just kind of like a fun little extra streaming session, and we'll do it a little bit more in January and February. So be on the lookout for that if that's something that interests you. And also, as a reminder, I have... Oh no, sorry, my math is wrong. I'll give that update in a little bit. London is relatively slow today. Was calling for longs, but who knows if those longs hold. I'd be interested in seeing where the Nikkei is. Yeah, time to add a line here. Add a line here. Maybe bring that up a little. No, keep it there.
Yeah, so I personally wouldn't be too interested in shorting the Nikkei just because of what we call the fancy pants indicator, the A1 Trading Edge Finder Pro. It's not the strongest bullish reading in the world. So, maybe consider shorts at 39,555. That could be a good idea. Let's continue looking around, revisit some of these markets. Yeah, gold's still pushing to the upside. Like I said, I really wouldn't want to enter unless I was at 26.22. Yeah, it might just go on and push all the way to 26.54 from here. But just not my entry. Crude oil. Wow, those crude oil shorts I was calling out were not there. So hopefully you didn't listen to me when I talked about those crude oil shorts at the beginning of the stream, because that would not have worked in your favor. Somebody mentioned Bitcoin too. Somebody said, what's up with Bitcoin? Yeah, I don't really know. Bitcoin doing Bitcoin things. I do kind of feel like it wouldn't make much sense to invest in the actual cryptocurrency itself, rather than buying Bitcoin futures. Because, if you're buying Bitcoin futures, you can make money that way. But if you're investing into Bitcoin when Bitcoin's valued at $100,000 per Bitcoin, just to get 2x, you gotta wait till it reaches 200,000. No, thank you. Yeah, I mean, that FOMC statement really took a lot out of everything. Silver is a fun little instrument that I like to trade sometimes. Again, seeing these setups of testing the cloud, and these are $25 per tick, so you could make some real money. Oh god, if I just had sold one contract of silver yesterday, golly, that would have been a hell of a trade. Yeah, I mean, to me, crypto is, it's like too unknown. It's like the same reason I don't trade individual stocks, is like I don't know enough about them to make any sort of informed decision on one particular coin or stock. Like, at least with the index, I can, feel like I'm making a bit more of an informed decision on my trades. Yeah, silver is 25 a tick. Silver, and so is the Nikkei. Silver and Nikkei are both 25 a tick. They don't move awfully fast, but they definitely move. Do I think markets will open green? I honestly have no idea. With that said,
a lot of my trading strategy isn't guessing which way the markets will go. It's more of like looking at which way the market goes and then kind of reading what the defense gives you, if that makes sense. You know, let the market make a decision first, and then you make your decision according to that. Gold is only $10 a tick, but it moves a lot faster than silver. It moves a hell of a lot faster than silver. Fair warning, we got 30 minutes left on the stream. A shorter stream today. One, because I'm not trading anything. All my accounts are locked out, and they're all positive. 4,600 in this combine, passed. 4,500 in this combine, passed. $200 today, heading towards a payout. $200 today, one more $200 day, and we get a payout. And I just took a payout today in this account, so I locked it out and just waiting for that payout to process. How many trades do I do a day if I'm active? You know, if things go well, one, but I don't copy trade. So, you know, I will make a trade, hopefully look for my profit target in an account, and then move to the next one. Or maybe I will, like today, yeah, thank you, Moon Machine, I appreciate it. Yeah, I was calculating my total profits for starting halfway through the year, and I am about, I think I've taken like 50,000, somewhere between 45 and 50,000 in payouts this year. So things have gone well. What was I saying? What were we talking? How many trades I do in a day? Today with these combines, I like bought some contracts here in the NASDAQ going long around this time. And then as price continued down, I scaled in. And then once we reached this level, I hopped to the other combine and bought some contracts there. So it's not technically copy trading, but it's almost like copy trading. But yeah, I mean, if things are going well, you know, one trade a day per contract. You know, if things aren't going well, a lot more than one. I think yesterday when I made 3,000 in this XFA, I shorted NASDAQ like 2 or 3 times. I'm a little bit worried about, I mean, not worried, but I'm a little bit worried that I accidentally made a little too much money in this account and it's going to affect the consistency target. And I might have to make an extra like $200 tomorrow, which wouldn't be the end of the world, but it would be nice to not have to do that. I don't know how it works because it looks like my best day of profit is 50.5%. If they round that up to 51, then I broke the consistency rule. If they don't round it up, then I pass the account. Yeah, solid 2 days in both of these combines. Shorting the NASDAQ one day, buying the NASDAQ the next. Anybody have any open positions out there? Yeah, that you are totally right. If anybody is available during the New York session, I typically stream, if you're new to this, I typically stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday from about 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to about 12 Eastern Standard Time. So I would love to see you all these new names, all these new faces on the more regular stream. Yeah, because it's gonna be a few weeks before I can return back to the London session, but I will be back. Like I said, I will be back about mid-January. I'll be back, and hopefully, you know, I'd say at least hopefully once weekly from mid-January throughout February. But I'll always be doing the regular streams Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to about 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But yeah, anybody have any open positions right now? Anybody trading anything? Anybody in the green? Anybody make some money today? Let's take a look at the ES. Like, you know, I'm sure the ES is kind of in the same position. Where's that line from? No positions. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a lot of sitting and waiting and see what happens, especially after the New York Open. But this is a good time to mention that I highly recommend creating these lines of support and resistance and extending them to the right for forever and never deleting them. Like these two lines here and this line here, these are not new. These were created, I honestly couldn't tell you when. You know, I have so many of them. I couldn't tell you when I created them because they just extend right forever, and they extend left as well. But when I keep them on, they tend to be respected again at some point in the future. So we have this line. This was not created today. This was created, you know, maybe here or maybe in the past. Same with this one. This was created God knows how long ago. Could have been months ago. It is wild how these levels that once acted as support and resistance are respected again much further out in time. So, like, this line ended up being the end of the move, essentially. And, you know, how could I have made that prediction? You know, that isn't my prediction. That wasn't my prediction. But the fact that the move essentially stopped right here at this level of support and resistance that I created God knows how long ago, you know, it just goes to show that
it has some level of predictive powers. And then here, you know, having this line that I set up God knows how long ago was just a perfect, you know, this is what helped me make my money today. You know, without this line kind of identifying support and resistance, it just was a perfectly respected as support during the Asia session. So create those lines. It's really easy to do in Topstep X if you have Topstep X. You just hit this plus sign, you draw a horizontal line, and then you keep it there. I don't want to draw that one though. Back on the camera. Ooh, I'm so thirsty. I'm gonna go get some water. I'm just gonna be 2 seconds. I'm gonna go grab some water real quick. And I'm back. Can I also make a video about how you draw your support? Yeah, I mean, I can. It would be, maybe I'll add it to the Ichimoku video, but I mean, it's so simple. One, you look at higher time frame charts, like the 1 hour or even higher. And two, you just identify very obvious levels of support and resistance. So if you take a look at this line right here, you know, this was support for a long time. Here, if we're looking at this line, it acted as support here. It acted as support or resistance here. You know, you just identify those levels that you can clearly see are, okay, that was support. Like right here. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit because it's a little bit more obvious. One, I love having this, like, you can kind of see it, that grayed out, dotted, or dashed horizontal line for where my cursor is. If you take a look at where that line that it creates, I'm looking at support here, resistance here, resistance here. So to me, that is a super obvious level of support and resistance. So I'm going to create that line. It's that easy. Right here, another one that you can see. Support here, support here, support here. It deserves a line. There we go. Easy peasy. And when I say obvious, I mean like more than once. You want to see price test that line, you know, more than once over any given time frame on a higher time frame chart. And as I move to lower prices in the chart, like I'm starting to see like a lot of these horizontal lines. To me, that is indicative of a range. You know, if price gets into this area, I might really be looking for, you know, some range bound days. Also, price right now in the NASDAQ is at a level of support and resistance that has been pretty much just throughout today. It was resistance during the Asia sessions. We broke through during the London session, and it kind of became support at the beginning of the London Open. You know, you take that information, you use your bias, and, you know, you make an informed decision if you want to execute a trade. Like, for me, might be a good opportunity to go long. However, like I said, I'm looking for longs down here.
I mean, if you're scalping, I don't scalp, but if you're scalping, you know, after I called out that long, that would be a hell of a scalp. You know, pretty much immediately after calling that, price has gone 25 points to the upside. And we're coming right back down. And let's see if that level is respected again. Got 13 minutes left. Another thing to take note of, we do have some news today. It won't be like yesterday. We have initial jobless claims and GDP quarter over quarter. My guess is GDP will probably be pretty good, and jobless claims, as of recent, jobless claims have not been very good, so it might be a bit of nothing as far as movement goes. And home sales, really wouldn't expect too much movement, maybe a little movement though. And that is during the New York Open today. Oh, Yeah, I was taking a nap right before this stream started, and I wonder if I will just go straight back to taking that nap. Yeah, it's looking like, yet again, prices come down, tested this level of support, respected it, and gone another 25 points to the upside. As I had mentioned before, this is my point of entry right here, going long. Take profit 1. I mean, even if I was buying here, my first take profit, if I was going long, would be 21,644. Second take profit would be around 21,705. 21,700. Even numbers are a little bit nicer. I will, Avocado. I will tell her that I said hi. She actually just had her 73rd birthday yesterday. So, and she's doing well, you know, she's active, she's healthy, you know, as far as 73-year-olds go, she's doing great. She's among the best. And she will be coming out here in February, and we're going to go on a little holiday together. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. You know, one of those reasons that I'm also grateful for Topstep. I get to take her on vacation with some of the profits. Yeah, I will tell her you all said hi and happy birthday. I rented. She's gonna be staying in my apartment for most of the time, but we're gonna take a week in a beach town, and I rented a 2-bedroom penthouse with a private pool for a week. And it honestly wasn't that expensive. And yeah, I mean, I can only do those kinds of things because of Topstep. Yeah, she did kind of trade. You know, she was never really that committed to it. You know, she definitely didn't put in the amount of time and hours and study into trading futures like I did. But she's interested. You know, she had an account with Thinkorswim. She paper traded for a while, and I think she live traded for a little bit. But never really dove in head first, I'd say. But she knows about me trading now. She knows about me streaming. And she keeps saying that when she comes out here, she wants me to teach her. So I might have a student that I will teach when she comes out here. Yeah, I mean, I've not always been a great son, you know. I think she would probably say differently because she's super nice. But, you know, like I said before, you know, Topstep this past year with Topstep has given me financial security that I've never had before. You know, being able to take my mom on vacation, do things like that. I've never had that in my life before. So this is very new for both of us. Usually it would be her paying me and taking me on vacation. So I'm happy that I can kind of turn the tables and reverse roles here. Yeah, I mean, the only problem is that, like, her and technology, like, it seems to break her brain a little bit sometimes. So we'll see how patient she is, and, you know, if she can kind of sit down and try and figure things out. A lot of the time she just goes, I'm old, I'm not gonna get this, and then she moves on to the next thing. Yeah, totally. You know, and it's about damn time, you know. I'm in my late 30s. You know, it took a while for me to get here, but, you know, having that ability to start paying her back for things and doing nice things for her is really, really, really nice. Yeah, we got less than 5 minutes left. For those of you that are typically in the New York stream and made it today, you know, I see you, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. For anybody that's new here, thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. You know, it's always a good time. It's always good vibes. Yeah, I hope we see you around again. What are our thoughts on the EMA and trend lines? I love trend lines. Yeah, I totally, I kind of tell myself I need to draw trend lines more. I do like trend lines. I would say draw trend lines. Like, you know, we can kind of see right here, like, what an obvious trend. You know, I could have drawn a trend line here, here. Yeah, trend lines are cool. I like them. Draw your trend lines. Yeah, the land of karma, Southeast Asia is. EMA, I don't really pay attention to specific moving averages too often, mostly because I have the Ichimoku, and both of these lines in the Ichimoku are technically just two separate moving averages, and they are what create the cloud. So yeah, as far as moving averages go, like, sure, moving averages are great, but you know, the moving averages I use are created from the Ichimoku. Yeah, y'all are the real ones. I mean, a lot of familiar faces here. Avocados, Sognat, Sandro. I feel like I've seen you around. Vulcan was here pretty early. Canary. And then some new names, new face. Trendon, he was around. New names, new faces. A-Rocks, Cuddy, Last Bite. Jack Hudkins. You know, thank you, Alan Watts. Thank you for finding your way out here. Moon Machine. You know, thank you for joining the fam, being a part of this. You know, if you haven't subscribed, you can subscribe. That's all good and great, but, you know, what I care more about is just kind of kicking it with y'all and hanging out and talking and shooting the shit. So, subscribe if you want. Don't subscribe. Doesn't make much of a difference to me. But hang out, you know? That's what I really want.
hang out and make some money. I appreciate it, Alan. Now, Alan Watts. That's like a musician's name, right? But it's spelled differently. No, that's a writer. A writer and an orator. That's Alan with one L. Canary buying NASDAQ. Sandro just subscribed. Love the stream. Thank you so much, Sandro. I appreciate it. Canary, Saeed. I think that's Saeed, right? That's not like said. You bought it 21,590. Or that's your take profit. That's got to be your take profit, right? Yeah. Are you famous, and also were you born in 1915 and died in 1973? I think probably not. Sayed. Is that more Saeed? Sayed? One of those two? It's a cool name. Is it Arab? That's your entry. Oi, Zoy, oi. Yeah, I mean, price can still go in that direction. But oof, buy low, sell high. Look for your support to take your entry. All right, micros, it's like, eh. Micros, you know, ain't no big deal. Arab, awesome. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I know a little bit. Are you in that part of the world now? I always like practicing my Arabic because it has been so long since I've been able to speak it. Let's see if I can get this right. هل تعرف تتكلم الفصحى? Oh yeah, that's right. You are in London now. هل تعرف الفصحى? Now, I don't really know if you're a guy or a girl. I used masculine verb conjugation there. But yeah, so I was, as some of you might know, I was in the military. I was in the Air Force, and I actually, when I started in the military, I started out as an Arabic translator. I didn't know any Arabic at all, but I went to a military language school called the Defense Language Institute in Monterey, California, where I spent 9 hours a day, 5 days a week, learning Arabic. It has been almost 20 years. It's been like 16, 17 years since then, so I've pretty much lost all of it. But I do remember a little bit. I can read and write as well. So always fun to practice what very, very, very minimal Arabic I know. Cool. Nice little
nice little conversation to end the stream and the day with. Yeah, so again, thank you guys. I appreciate it. I want to be streaming London sessions more. Look for London sessions in January and February. If you are available, stop by during the regular sessions, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Again, streaming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, New York Open to lunchtime, 9:15 a.m. to about 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Other than that, link to the Discord server is in the chat yet again. You know, the real ones, the homies that have been around since the beginning, that show up every day, thank you. The new ones, I appreciate it. Thank you for hopping in, even if it's just one time. You know, it's been fun. Yeah, make some money today, and hopefully I will see you guys on Monday's stream with 5 XFAs. I hope that long works out for you, Canary, Saeed. Yeah, love, peace, and chicken grease. I'm out of here. Have a great day. See y'all.